PM to OSM. Today I'm going to try and do a Colosseum commentary run. So, the gear I'm taking in, maximum mage. The only thing I would change if you want is an Eldritch instead of the Kodai, which can auto-cast Ancients. Because we're going to be using Blood Barrage, and the spec recharges your prayer, which is really OP, and I use that in my first quiver, and I highly recommend it if you can afford it. This is quite an expensive set, but you can downgrade as appropriate. You could use Bofa and just bring a Blood Ancient Scepter. As long as you have the Confliction Gauntlet, you're gonna land your Blood Barrages. It may just be a bit slower. The downside of bringing a Bofa is the Saturated Heart only takes one spot. You're going to need probably 2 Bastions for your first attempt, which is more inventory space wasted. We have a full melee switch, but again, this is probably overkill. You could get away with Bandos, Berserker Ring, Blood Fury. Fire Cape is also fine. The Blood Fury I will recommend. It's helpful, but it does slow your soul fight down quite a bit. The Rancor is just so OP for DPS, so that's why I choose it now. For the Fremenix, we're going to use the Shadow, the Nox Halley, and the Bofa for 2-shotting us here. If you are completely new to Colo, I would recommend doing some Wave 1 repeats and go in and learn to kill the Fremenix. You need that to be second nature, because that will be killing you on your journey to your first quiver. So don't even worry about trying to get far. Go do 10, 20, 30 Wave 1 repeats until you are killing the Fremenix exactly the same every single way. So I have my Ultor, Ferocious Gloves, and Fire Cape on, and that will allow me to one-shot the Archer, and still one-shot with the Shadow. So I'm going to pop up, pre-angler, pre-regen, and bring my Sand Fuse. 9 Sand Fuse is way too much, I must admit. I normally have 5 or 4 when I get to Soul, depending on how much I've taken from Blasphemy. But 5 Brews we're hopefully not going to use at all, because we're going to be healing with Blood Barrage. They're sort of there for an emergency, and then the Soul fight. So I'm going to talk about the tiles. This is my start tile. This is where I start every wave apart from the first wave. And all I do is I run to this tile at the very start, and then run back. And that will block all these southwest spawns. So we have these 2 tiles here. They are safe spots from the Jaguar. If you get forced onto the north side because of a double south spawn, the Jaguar will get stuck here, and if there is a Shaman, you're free to deal with him. This tile is co-joined with this tile, and that is to off-tick anything that may be to the south. So if you have a Shaman and a Javelin, but not necessary if you have, for example, a Shaman and a Mage First Manticore, and you can just step out and same tick them. This tile here is with this tile, and that is used for destacking if you have like Ranger, Mage, and you want to bring the Major down, which will probably happen in this one, and I will demonstrate. This row of 4 tiles here is simply my maximum range with myopia 3. The squares in the middle are the paths that solar flares take if you have them on Sol. So we're going to pop the Imbued Heart, make sure our inventory is all correct, which it is, and we're going to start the wave. You get the same 3 modifiers in wave 1, and we always take Blasphemy. Pray Mage to start, and Augury. One-shot the Berserker, switch to Piety, switch to the Nox, kill the Archer, to the Bofa, 1 attack, switch to Mage, 2nd attack, back to the 2 Mechans, kill the Shaman. That is going to be the same every single round, unless we have a tricky south spawn to deal with. Or if we have a solo Ranger on us from the south, then we will kill the Seer second. Our melee gear back on, make sure the Nox is in the right place. And away we go again. Volatility, really good invocation. It sounds scary, but it's really easy to deal with, as long as you remember that the enemies explode. I'll show you that now. So this trick I'm doing here, you spam click continue, and then as soon as your true tar hits, you go back. True tar hits, we go back. No enemies on us, so we wait for the Berserker, Tag. Wait for the death animation to start, and move. Same with the archer. Because these will follow you a little bit. So it's best to just make sure you let them explode without them exploding in your face. So here I could wiggle these out, but I'm going to show you the D-step. We pray range. We step out. We pray mage. We go back in. Another mage will come down. We need to stay away from the north edge, just so the Jaguar doesn't come and smack us, because he can hit extremely high. Flicking your offensive prayers isn't necessary, but it will save you a lot of prayer, even if you have it on for 2 ticks instead of all the time. But with 9 samples, we're going to be totally fine. Now the thing to note with the Javelin Colossus, has a range of 15 tiles, so it can see you from most places. Every 5th attack he will throw a javelin high into the sky, and it will fall wherever you are stood at that moment, so all you have to do is step out of the way. The whole point of my method behind Colo is that you deal with every enemy one by one. So I'm sure anyone who's watching this video can count to 4 and then step out of the way. If you can learn to deal with the manticores and the fremies, you can absolutely get your first quiver. Inventory reset. Manti Mayhem is a free invocation, but I don't take it because of pressure. If you have Manti Mayhem 2 or 3, it is a bit trickier. If you have 2, you can take Venom. If you have Relentless with it, it can easily one-shot you if you miss one prayer, and the pressure can get to you and make you mess up. And if you take it once, it's going to remain showing up in the modifiers list. As you notice, we've taken Blasphemy and Volatility. They are higher weighted than anything else, so we're going to keep those going. I always try and get Blasphemy 3 as soon as possible, just to open up another slot, and hopefully we'll still have Volatility showing up. So Blasphemy 2, spam click, wait for the true time, and go back. So we have a Shaman to the south, attack the Berserker. I went a little early there, and you can see he's followed me, so I'm going to get hit. But we have Blood Barrage, so it does not matter. Don't know why I took my prayer off. So even if I had Myopia 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, I wouldn't be able to hit. But with Myopia 1, I would still be hitting him. So you'll notice we have a Javelin at the back. We can stand here, and he won't hit us any further than this point, and he will be able to attack us, but he will not come out. If you step out of this pillar, by 1 tile, that will drag anything behind the east pillar down to you. But on this side, you have both to work with, and he will not come out. Jaguar is also going to get stuck on this corner, so yet again we have another very free 1v1. I'm just going to heal to full. Make sure you start every wave on 99 or 108, I think the Blood Scepter heals to. All we have to do, just step over here, as soon as he comes around the pillar, go back in, bring him down. Maybe hit him a couple times on the way. Step back. You have so much time to move for that. The only problem is when you're dealing with multiple enemies and you forget. Back to the start, melee on, gear in the right order, proper regen. Line up. So we have bees, doom, and volatility 2. Bees I would not recommend, because it's just another thing to think about. And with myopia, if we end up with myopia, it can drag you out of the safe spot and get you killed quite easily. Doom, I have died with Doom 1 at Sol, because the sand on the floor can easily hit you 3 or 4 times if you are not quick to move. And I took something like 8 stacks of Doom just from that. So if you're making a lot of mistakes on your first Sol, quite easy to get to 15 mistakes and still be alive because of your bruise. So I'm not going to take that. We take volatility 2. Like I say, even up to volatility 3, very easy to deal with. Serpent journey to the south. Kill the berserker. Wait a sec. Kill the archer. Kill this here. Now we have a bigger explosion, so we have to move a little further. And get to work on this shaman. We have a manticore at the back. If you're on PC or mobile, you can turn your view distance up, but I like having it down just because on my old phone, Colosseum was a little bit laggy. So I'm gonna bring the manticore down just while we're waiting for the reinforcements. Chanced. Oh, he didn't come in. So we can kill the shaman 1-on-1, Jaguar warrior 1-on-1, and the manticore 1-on-1. If you don't know how a manticore works, it will see you, then it will charge up its attack, and then it will fire a barrage of either mage first or range first, and then if it was mage, it would be mage range melee, and if it was range, it would be range mage melee, and that only changes if you take Manti Mayhem 3, and then they will be in a random order, which can really mess your muscle memory up. Kill the shaman. Step out, make sure he comes down. So we're not going to let him... Okay, we did let him see us. So he is now charged. So he's going to see us on the same tick we step out. So as soon as we see the blue orb move, we change to range, then melee. It's important to make sure you leave your melee prey on. Just for a little while. Just an extra tick. If you're a little bit nervous and you're in the habit of going straight back to mage, you can actually disable the melee prey and take the hit, which we absolutely do not want to do. With Blasphemy on, if you get hit for a 40, you're going to lose a lot of prayer, and if you have Relentless on, you're going to lose even more prayer. That's what gets you killed. Myopia, absolute god tier modifier, we take that every time. Manticore to the south, we kill the berserker. Kill the archer. Now we're range first. We go back to mage for the seer. Hit the seer 1 time. Back to range. Start working on the manticore. That is something that looks very tricky, but once you have the Fremenix down to a science, you kill 2, wait for the manticore, kill the 3rd. Very simple. Move out of the way so the jag doesn't smack us. I cannot step 1 tile to the west here because the Jaguar will come around that corner. When we get further into the waves, however, he will change to a Minotaur. And he will not come around the corner if we're 1 tile further west. It's worth keeping in mind. Okay, mage, I'm going to use Blood Barrage because these guys are stood next to each other. This works with bigger NPCs as long as their southwest tile is adjacent to the smaller NPC. Won't work if there's 2 3x3 enemies stood next to each other. Gonna bring the ranger down now. Just gonna hit him a couple times on the way. I like having them close. So if you have myopia 3, this is the furthest you can stand if the enemy is there, so a habit. Okay, stop. Mental Mayhem we don't take. Blasphemy 3 we do take. Mage to the south. The ranger doesn't come around the corner here. No, we have a javelin at the back and a javelin at the front, but that is fine. And await for the reinforcements. Kill the Charlotte. Okay, range. We're going to kill the Jaguar first. It's important to know that if you did have myopia 3, you can stand here. The manticore will not see you, and you can hit whatever is behind this enemy. So you see, anything that looks like a confusing stack, which to me was everything when I started learning, is still just 1v1s. All we're going for is 1v1s. Oh, I don't know why I did that. So, I've inadvertently shown you something I didn't want to do. So, we have a range first manticore, so that means that if we stand on this tile, we're not fighting a javelin, all we're fighting is a manticore here. And what that means is, when we step out, they will both see us on the same tick. So we're going to flick the manticore and then go back to range, and javelin will never hit us. All we have to do is fight the manticore and move from the javelin's aerial attack. Wait for the manticore to die. Attack. Pop the imbued heart. So the misclick I did there that dragged this javelin down could have been a lot worse, so be better than me. So red flag we do not take, bees we do not take, so volatility 3. The only difference with volatility 3, I'd try and explode my Kremliniks down this end, because it's the same size as before, except they leave behind molten sand, which does refresh every wave. So even though it's there, just go. Right, we have nothing on us, which is perfect. We go straight down, attack the berserker. So we have a mage at the back and a manticore. So we're going to wait for the reinforcements, which is one minotaur in this case. We're going to heal off him to full, and then I'll show you a trick. You can off-tick these from where I'm stood. If you step here, I will off-tick them. The shockwave will see you first, and then the javelin. So you have to step out, pray mage, pray range, and then just switch back. But there is a significantly easier method, which I recommend you use. So volatility 2 and 3, we need to kill anything on this tile. We need to be here. So we stand on this tile, we pray mage, we run him. The javelin is now corner trapped. The manticore can't see us. We have no reason to move because this just attacks with mage. Yet again, something that I had no idea how to solve, and is completely free once you know the tactic. Swap to range. As soon as we step back one, the javelin will see us. Bring the manticore down. So yeah, he didn't see us here, so we get a couple of attacks before he attacks us, which is always great. So always make sure you get that melee prayer on long enough. Because it was a bit of a head scratcher for me. I thought, why am I taking damage from these manticores? It turns out I was knocking the melee prayer off too soon. Red flag will kill you. Do not take it. If you want it for the achievement on wave 11, I'd recommend Dynamic Duo. If you don't have Dynamic Duo, you want to try Red Flag, you can Ice Barrage it in place, and then pray that your shadow is strong enough to kill it before it gets unfrozen. But Relentless is a fantastic modifier, so we take that here. Nothing on us. So we take our Fremies down here. So we have two ranges on this side. We have a shockwave at the bottom. So if we go out and fight these guys, it's going to bring the major down, which we don't want. We're just going to wait for the Minotaur to spawn. And we're going to heal up him a little bit. So what I've done here, if you notice, which I can explain in a minute, you notice the javelin at the back has just stepped across. Before, where I was stood, created a line all the way down here. If I had not done that, this Minotaur would now be stood here, and he would heal the Colossus and the Manticore, making it a very nasty stack. So it's really important that you get this line created for the Minotaur to run down. Back to the shadow, put my heart, step back for volatility. So, we can't step out on the north side because it'll bring the Shockwave Colossus down. We have to fight the Manticore and the Javelin at the same time, but the Manticore isn't charged, so we pray range. We step out and we start working on the Javelin at the back. And we have a mage first, so we go back in. And all we're going to do is we're going to step out and get the Javelin at the back. We just need Worth noting, I do have a cheat sheet to use, which I recommend you download. If you just Google Colosseum solves, you will find one very similar to one I use. I have it printed on a piece of paper. So, what we're going to do here, step out from this tile. The Manticore will see us first, and then the Ranger. So we step out, mage, range, melee, and then back to range. Simple as. Then we're going to start attacking that. Second javelin attack. Mage, range, melee, back to range. Dodge the arrow. Range again, back to melee. Can't speak. Hard to speak and do this. Range, back to mage. Mage, range, back to mage. Range, back to mage. I've just caught one of the Manticore's attacks there. And we're just going to blood barrage all the way to absolutely free of the prayer region. What I would say about Manticores, treat them like Jad. Do your prayers, and do one action. Back to the prayers. We've all done Jad, we've all done the training. You can do one attack. Let him explode, and javelin. The stack we just had is about as tricky as I would like it to get. The only thing that's really harder than that is double south spawns, which on your first quiver you're probably going to be looking for a completion without any double south spawns. Pray mage, bring the mage now. He won't see us anyway. Always better to be cautious. Myopia 2 every time. We have a javelin. Exactly the same. Except this time, we kill the save first. The only worrying thing about this is killing him before the reinforcements get here. Because we have to mess around with volatility. Because we don't have a stack for the Minotaur to get stuck on, we're just going to leave the Manticore there. If you don't look at your screen for a second, you take a javelin to the head. But we have blood barrage, so it doesn't matter. So I am going to bring the back Manticore down just to show you what happens when you have two. So they will sync up. They will never attack at the same time. As you will see, even though they should do. They are now synced up. If you're fighting two Manticores like this, I would advise not going into your inventory, and I would go back to safety if you need to drink a prayer. If you need to drink, heal, or anything, just concentrate getting these prayers right. Even though it's simple, it can be overwhelming. I'm going to bring this one closer, so we're near the start tile. Reset the inventory, and away we go. We don't take re-entry, because that will super kill you. Myopia 3 is good. Relentless 2, also good. Javelin Colossus on us, that's fine. Now we need to kill this guy before the reinforcements get here. And we may end up flicking a shaman with him, which we don't want to do. We want the 1v1s. He's dead. So, I don't know how you'd solve this without a Venator bow, because the Minotaur will just heal the shaman forever. So that's another reason that Blood Barrage is clutch, in my opinion. So we're going to use our tech from a previous wave to kill this Manticore. Alternatively, if they do end up being ranged first, we could deal with it how we dealt with one enemy, where they're same tipped. It's mage first, so this is perfect. He's dead. We step back with the ranger. With the ranger. Something that, again, to me would have been unsolvable 2 months ago. And if you know the tech, it's just so straightforward. I believe anyone can do this content if you just put a bit of time into it. Bring the Manticore at the back down. Back to the start, switch our gear. Gonna drink the regen and just wait for the heart to cool down. Doom we don't take. Myopia 3, absolutely. Major on the south spawn, that is perfect. So we killed the archer. Don't forget to put piety on or you will not one-shot it, like I did. Our reinforcements are a shaman and a minotaur here, so we are big chance. I've gone ahead and created a little problem for myself. Should not be the end of the world. If the manticores charge at range first, we can bring the one at the back down and block the shaman from seeing us on the north side. I think that's right. Oh no, I can just destack. So I'll destack here, and the manticore will see us, and the shaman will run around. That's simple. So we're going to just pray mage. We do now have a manticore at the back, fortunately. But because he's going to be range, either way we do this, it's going to be fine. We know how to deal with two manticores now, and we know we can deal with the same ticked manticore and javelin on this side. Wait for this shaman to blow up. Just going to step out. And then back into cover because I'm hurt. We're just going to brew. The low prayer was freaking me out more than anything here. Just going to blood barrage. I should be fine here. Just stepping over this pool that's freaking me out the most. We're just going to make sure that we get these two same ticked before we step back out. And I'm going to run up to the javelin so that I can hit the manticore. Kill the javelin, and then we have salt. So now we have the soul fight coming up. I would recommend not using this video as your soul guide. Find a specific soul video because it will help a lot more. Also, the soul simulator is extremely beneficial. I will say if you're on mobile, like I am, the soul simulator can actually be a bit of a hindrance because you'll get used to it. And then when you come to soul in the real game, you'll find it can be vastly different, which really put me off. One thing I did notice is the text for the grapple. You can't really see the text above his head on mobile. I don't know if that's a bug or if I can't zoom out enough. I don't know what the deal is. And also, sometimes you cannot tag soul, and to fix that, you have to turn tagging off and back on again. And I don't have it in my hotkeys, so sometimes I just have to deal with an untagged soul. Yeah, so the bug, no text. To get around the bug of no text, what you need is your game unfiltered and just have it open the whole time on mobile. So I'm going to I'm just going to stand for you to fall because I have so much prayer left. I'm in a super combat. Make sure I have all the melee gear equipped. We're on slash. Choose our invocations. Relentless 3, Doom. We take Relentless 3 here every time. So let's go. I'm not going to explain the fight. I'll probably barely talk at all because I'll be concentrating. Sword 1. Sword 2. Sword 1. Sword 2. Shield 1. Shield 2. Shield 1. Sword 1. Sword 2 coming up. Sword 1. Sword 2. And I'm just going to brew. Take a hit here. I'm all over the place, man. Volatility, we move. That was a very messy song, but it just shows you how much you can get away with if you do stay calm, I suppose. I think I drank 3 full brews there, so. But like I say, it shows how many mistakes you can make and get away with at Sol. The only real thing that can insta-kill you is the lasers. If you get hit, it's important not to get knocked out of your rhythm and just keep going, heal, and get back into the rhythm. Well, that's everything for now. I'm probably going to keep trying to do stuff like this in the future. I have got a new mic since I did my TOA video. Well, it's an old mic, but now it works with the phone. But I could upgrade to a better quality mic. The problem is the convenience of this one is quite good because it doesn't affect how I hold the phone. But yeah, thank you if you watched, and I hope it helps. Feel free to leave any comments if you want some advice. I don't get many comments, so I will reply to everyone. Thank you, and let's claim the quiver, I suppose, before I say goodbye. We want to gamble it for the bet. Stick them in the bank. Yeah, this is why Leagues is on, actually. I'm not enjoying this league. Oh, I think they use it. Boo! One day soon. Anyway, goodbye.